Right, hello guys, DJ Bagpuss here and welcome to a bit of a different video. This is my first video for this YouTube channel in 2020 and it seems a really good time to sit you guys down, turn on this camera and talk, because things have gone slightly pear-shaped over these last few days and it seems that this is now the right time for me to A, make a video, and B, get back into this YouTube thing. I've got some time on my hands. I think we've all got some time on our hands, and I've been trying to record a video on my YouTube channel for months. Absolutely, there's been so many times that I've turned on this camera after sitting on this chair and I've tried to record and it's just not been the video that I wanted to put out. But I've been waiting for a moment where it feels like it's the right time to make a video, and this is the right time. I'm going to be talking about my channel and giving you guys a little bit of an update, but I think we need to address the elephant in the room, and I wanted to give you guys my thoughts and feelings on the current COVID-19 outbreak that is not just sweeping the United Kingdom right now, but is sweeping the entire world, because I've not really spoken about it at length, and it seems that it's a conversation that's on everybody's lips at this point, and it's becoming very, very serious. I mean, it's becoming almost, well, we've certainly passed the academic road, but it's getting to that point now that, you know, right now in Britain, we don't seem to be too far away from lockdown. And that is a terrifying sentence to say. I think that when this outbreak began, I would say probably just as we moved into 2020, and when it started to filter into the news and when we heard about it, so I think no one really took it seriously, myself included. And I know with my health issues that I should be taking a really strong virus quite seriously, but I didn't. I created jokes about it, I made jokes about it, I just didn't really think it was that serious. There were people that probably saw what was coming, and then the COVID-19 virus has come into the UK gradually, and then the cases have started to rise and rise and rise and rise. And we're now at that point where it has become an epidemic. Today, I'm recording this on March 18th, 2020. Schools have now closed for the foreseeable future. I'm working from home for the foreseeable future. I'm staying at home for the foreseeable future. We don't know how long we're going to be shut away from the world. We don't know how long this is going to take. We don't know what's next, and I think that is the biggest worrying concern, that nobody knows what's around the corner, nobody knows what the future holds, and that is really where the uncertainty and the anxiety goes in. I think what we all need to do is we do need to play our part. I know the government are literally drumming in the we will do whatever it takes, but we really need to do whatever it takes to stop this. And this whole thing about self-isolation, and there are still people out there that are just not self-isolating, people that are still going out and about. And obviously, if you've got somebody in the household with, you know, persistent cough or a high temperature, then self-isolation for the next 14 days is what you need to do. Simply, if you're told to self-isolate, you need to self-isolate. But I think what people are misunderstanding is that, you know, nobody wants to be stuck indoors, not being able to go out to work, not being able to pay the bills, not being able to have a social life. You know, we all want that. That's what we want. That's what we want to get back to. And if we don't follow the rules that have been put into place now, then we're never ever going to get back to normal. So at this point, why would you go out? Why would you go to a pub, to a club, to the cinema, to a restaurant? Why would you meet up with, you know, close friends and family if you're potentially going to put them at risk? You know, we need to be selfish to ourselves. And what I mean by that is, you know, we need to almost be selfless. Selfish in the way that we're going to push our family aside, push our friends aside, push our loved ones aside, push our work aside, and focus on the current situation, which is to stay indoors, to lock your doors and protect yourself from this invisible war. And we need to be selfless in how we do that, not putting people at risk, shopping sensibly. Again, we don't need to stockpile, we don't need to go crazy. There's enough food for everyone, there's enough electric for everyone, there's enough heat for everyone. We just need to be manageable in this situation. And note that this is a temporary measure. This is not a permanent fix. This is not going to be the situation forever and ever and ever. And it's at times like this where we need to follow the advice that has been put out. And together, if we all do our bit, little by little, piece by piece, we'll get there. And as I said, I want to be out and about. I want to be back at work. I don't, want to be stuck indoors for months on end. But at the end of the day, it's our health. And it's the elderly people, the over 70s, the people with health conditions. And what's the point of going out, having a good time, going into social contact with loved ones, with friends, with family, all of that, if you end up dead? Or if you end up really, really ill? It's not worth taking the risk. And at this point, schools wouldn't close if they didn't have to. We wouldn't be facing a potential lockdown if this wasn't a catastrophic situation and epidemic that we are facing right now. This is the point where we all have to come together and do our bit. And I know everyone is talking about that, and it's terrifying because it's like I've never ever seen the country like this before, where everything is put on hold. Exams, work, school, college, social life, everything. You're effectively putting your life on hold to stay indoors and protect yourself, and we don't know how long that's going to be. And I really want to make the point and make it absolutely clear that I want everyone to be healthy, to be happy, to be safe, to look after themselves, follow the rules, and together we can get through this, really. And I think that if you think that you're invincible, if you're untouchable, if you're a youngster, even with no health issues, and you think, oh, even if I get it, it's not going to affect me, it's not going to kill me. Well, what you're missing, and the big point that you're missing, is that it's not you that you need to think about. It's the people around you that you've got to think about. And I just hope that we get to that point where I think 95% of the population, they're following the advice, they're doing what they need to do. There's obviously going to be those people that won't listen to the rules unless it becomes an absolute lockdown where you physically cannot leave unless instructed to. I don't really know how it's going to work, but I still think that with the schools closing today, we're not far away from a lockdown. It's coming. I feel like it's coming. And as I said, I'm staying indoors, so I'm safe at the moment with my family. And it is a terrifying situation to be in, but at this point, it's about staying indoors and waiting to be told otherwise, really. We're all kind of following the voices from above, really, and just trying to manage the situation in the best way that we can, and the way that we can is just to follow the advice and see where it takes us. And I hope, and I really do hope that in the next few weeks, few months maybe, that we will slowly and surely get back to normal. And as I said, if I reiterate that point, if we all do what we need to do, if we follow the advice that the government have been setting out, whether you agree or disagree with it, if you follow the advice, minimise the risks of this virus spreading, the government can get a hold of this virus, and then slowly they can restore order and restore everything back to where it was. It's going to take time. You're not just going to shut everything off and then overnight get back to where you want to be. It's going to take time. But if we start it now, if we address this problem now, then we can work on resolving the solution as quickly and as calmly as we can. Because we need to resolve this. We need to have a resolution and a solution to this worldwide problem. It has given me a great opportunity now to get back into this YouTube channel, because I've not done YouTube. Well, the last video that I put out was right at the end of 2019, and I've just fallen out of love with it, really. I've got a full-time job now. Having family and friends, and being in a relationship as well, working full-time. YouTube is the last thing that's been on my mind, and I always said that the day that I fall out of love of doing something, then I'm just going to stop doing it, because I started this as a hobby, looking to try and do it as a career, didn't manage to get it off the ground in the way that I wanted it to, so I had to kind of get a full-time job, and then my life has kind of taken another turn. And obviously I've got series that I could finish and want to finish, and maybe over this period I'll start getting back into the series that I was thinking of doing and wanting to do. But at this point, the YouTube channel is there. Those old and classic videos will always remain there, and I've got an opportunity, if I want to finish the series that I've started. And I said in, I think, my last podcast that on my 2-year anniversary, or 3-year anniversary actually, because I started this in 2017. So my 2-year anniversary and the 2-year anniversary podcast that I did in March 2019, I said that at my 3rd year anniversary I'd wrap up all of my series and then I would effectively stop doing this YouTube channel, and it just hasn't happened. I stopped analysing Arsenal because I just wasn't enjoying doing that anymore. And as I said, you know, I'm going to just keep this channel where it is right now because you guys are still here. When I upload a video, you watch it, and I always appreciate you guys sticking around and supporting the channel. And I'm now just going to leave the series where they are, and then if I want to add to them I will, and if I don't, then I don't, and this channel will remain here. So I'm going to say that because the channel has been in limbo for such a strong amount of time and a long amount of time, it's now ready for me to either carry on or not carry on, and I'll upload as and when I want to, really. And I think I've kind of learned that you guys don't mind, you don't care really. You'll watch a video that I'll upload if I do upload it, but then you won't watch if I don't upload. And at the end of the day, the one person that cares the most about this channel is me. So I'm just got it in a healthy position where I've got these series that I can finish or continue if I want to. You know, if I don't upload a video now for the next 6 months, then I don't upload a video for the next 6 months. But I'm certainly thinking of certainly getting back onto this YouTube scene. And also, I've found another hobby in writing. So I'm currently writing my first ever fictional story. This all came from me writing a Valentine's Day story about my partner for a kind of, not a competition that we're doing at work, but we were celebrating Valentine's Day, and one of the ideas that I had was to write stories about how you met your partner and to tell a love story, really. And I was only going to write like a page or so, and then I sort of wrote like 3-4 pages, and the story went down really well at work. And I used to really enjoy writing in my younger days, and now as an adult I thought I could write documentary style stories about my life, about my condition, about the easy times in my life and the tough times in my life. But also I've always been a fan of horror and crime horror and dark stories. So I'm currently writing a crime horror story. I'm about 13-14 pages in, and then I'm actually going to see if I can get the story published, and hopefully maybe one day I can upload the story to this YouTube channel as an audiobook so you guys can listen to the story effectively. So I'm working on that, you know, alongside working in my actual job. And as I said, we've got a lot more time on our hands, so I might start uploading videos. I might continue, well, I'm definitely going to continue in writing, and then obviously I've got my free time of watching telly, gaming, you know, speaking to friends, family, my partner, all of that. So again, I'm in a good position to potentially get this YouTube channel back up and running, and if I don't, I don't. Who knows what the future holds for any of us, who knows what the future holds for this YouTube channel, but I'm looking forward to writing and, you know, really looking forward to sharing that story with yourself. I'll tell you what the title of it is. It's called Murdered by a Username, so that just gives you an inkling into what I have been working on, and I tell you, it is dark. It says that people that are quite nice and laid back actually write the darkest kind of stories, and I definitely am that sort of person. I have gone really twisted and really quite dark and very adult. It's a very adult story, that is for sure, but I'm looking forward to sharing that. But I would only share it if it actually got published, so I'm kind of trying to pursue that once I finish writing it. And I've got a couple of ideas for videos. I mean, I had these ideas for videos back in 2019, so the ideas that I've got in my head I may bring back onto the forefront, but just stay tuned. You know, your support, you know, means the absolute world, and as I said, we've got lots of series that we can potentially kind of get back up and running. The channel might get up and running, and even if I have just upload maybe 1 video a month or 2 a month, who knows, but that is the plan. I wanted to give my thoughts and feelings to the situation and my thoughts and feelings to the channel as well. Please stay healthy, happy and safe over this period. We all need to come together, and together as a population and as the world, we will get through this dark and perilous position that we find ourselves in. You know, look after yourselves, look after yourself first and foremost, look after loved ones as well. Follow the advice that we are being given. It is going to get a lot worse before it gets better, and if I can entertain you guys with videos or stories and, you know, pursue these 2 interests while working, while being with friends and family, and, you know, effectively entertaining myself over this period, then that is what I plan to do. And let me know your thoughts and feelings down in the comment section below. Let's get a conversation flowing, let's get a dialogue going. And if you've enjoyed this video, please let me know and show your support by leaving a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you are new around here. And until next time, this is DJ Bagpuss signing out. Take care, and I shall see you all later. Take care, and I shall see you all very, very, very soon.